Hi, I'm Heidi Woodhead of DHI Event Horses, and in this training video with my sponsors British Horse Feeds, we're looking at the importance of the flat work for a young event horse and making sure that they start every training session really settled and relaxed. This is a 5-year-old horse called Gorgeous DHI, and he's our model for this session. So he's quite a useful horse to observe because he can be a little bit spooky and a little bit sharp. And so with all of the young horses, I like to start them in the same routine. So I like them to relax and stretch and take the rein forward and feel like they're walking, moving away from my leg. I'm giving him plenty of time to look at everything that's happening around the arena. Good boy. And I'm just looking for a nice rhythm, keeping him active and focused, hopefully, between the reins, so that if he does find a monster to have a spook at, then I'll be able to control the spook instead of letting him run away from what he imagines is a problem. So I'm letting him walk now towards the mirrors. Obviously, this horse is familiar with these mirrors, but some horses find them a little bit unnerving. Some horses like to admire themselves, but some horses find it a strange image to look at. And again, just keeping that really nice, even tempo in the walk. Have a little change of rein. And also with the young horses that we train here, I'll quite often just ride them on an inside track, not on the fence line, because I want them to maintain straightness and not lean on the fence line. I want them to be independent and be able to carry themselves. And so now that he's had a nice walk and a look about, you can start thinking about picking up a trot. And when I make that trot transition, I want his head to stay where it is, hopefully, stretching and into the contact. And it's quite important in your warm-up that you give the horse's muscles plenty of time to literally warm. And if you don't have the benefit of a horse walker to use, you can't shortcut the warm-up phase. So we'll ask him for a little trot. Good boy. And still stretching over his top line and taking the rein forward and low. Whee. Have a little spook at that. Good boy. Ooh. So George is really swinging now through his walk. Very relaxed. And I'm feeling quite a little bit more weight in the rein, which is nice. It's giving me the impression that he's starting to concentrate and focus on the job. We pick up a nice little trot. Good boy. And again, just find a nice rhythm in that trot. I'm feeling like when I put my leg on, he's going to increase the pace if I wanted him to. But I'm happy with this nice forward, relaxed rhythm. Thinking about the straightness, controlling the speed in the outside rein, and just half halting a little bit with my upper leg, keeping the balance. Ooh, I'm having a little spook. Good boy. Very good. Bless you. So I like it that he's concentrating now, and I'm going to let him come back to walk. Good boy. Ooh. And again, forward march in that walk. And through the transition, he didn't come up in his head at all. He stayed in the bridle. And I'll put my leg on, we'll have a little trot. Good. So he's thinking and concentrating on the aids. Good boy. Oh, oh. Forward walk. Good boy. And I'm a real stickler for discipline, so I like to make sure that I stick to the same routine. I want the horses to have a clear understanding of what I'm asking them to do. And this carries on throughout their career, from when they're young horses all the way up the levels, so that they know exactly what to expect. They're creatures of routine themselves, so if they know what to expect, they're going to be much more relaxed and ready to work. Just to recap our warm-up, making sure that the horses are concentrating and working forwards to your contact. They stay in front of your leg. You take time to let the muscles warm up properly, and you have a routine that you know works for your horse and that your horse knows what to expect from you during their warm-up phase. And when you feel like they're working forwards in front of your leg and that they are concentrating, then you're ready to move on to the next phase of actually working and setting yourself a task to achieve, such as leg yield maybe, or transitions to and from your canter, anything like that. So you always have a plan, but always make sure that your warm-up is really thorough first.